to see if it would connect and that kind of thing. So, and it does. So I'm very excited, but honestly the quality on this is pretty good, so I don't know. I guess if I was doing a more like vlog style, I would use that. But I don't know, I've never filmed a vlog before, so that could be a new adventure. Now that I have the means to be able to. So I've never really used a BB cream before. Maybe I did when I was like in middle school or something. But this one I love and I would just use as a foundation on its own. But okay, it's literally called Bare/Pale. Can you see that? And yet it makes me look orange. So that's not good. What I do, put a little glob on there. It's white, but if you can see, it has these like little beads in it that burst and release the color or something. I mean, I really like it. It's just too dark for me. And then I have this foundation, which I just pump on top. And this is a really good color. It's pretty pale, so I like it. It's and it has sunscreen in it. I don't know what color. It's $3.90. I don't know. It works really well, and I like to use a damp beauty blender, but this is not damp, and I'm not going to get up. So I'll mix those two together. Also, if you're looking at my nails, they were super cute and painted for Valentine's Day, but the polish that I used with the nail oil, like, they didn't go well together, and it just chipped off so easily. So I did have pink, white, pink, red, pink on both. It was super Valentine's Day, super sparkly on all of them. Okay. I'm gonna cover everything up, especially down here. I always break out more around my mouth and chin. I don't really ever get it above my, like on my forehead or up high or anywhere. This might be a bit much. The snow is so bright, it's like I'm like trying to see. Okay, so I have this new laptop now, and I am so excited. I have my little mirror over here too. So that's one part of where I've been. Another part I don't really want to talk about right now, but long story short, our family dog passed away. He got sick all of a sudden, and we had to have him put down, and it was one of the hardest things ever, because Wally was a family dog. He was also mainly more of my little sister's dog, because they just bonded so well. They were such good little buddies. So watching her be so heartbroken on top of my own feelings, it just all was terrible. And I'm surprised that I'm talking about him and not crying. I think it's because I'm saying the words, but I'm actively not letting myself actually think about it at the moment, because I don't want to be sad right now. since I was little, I've always had lots of hearing problems, and I had tubes put in and all kinds of stuff. Digging for my concealer, sorry. Guess I'll use this one. CoverGirl Clean Matte. But one day last week, it seems like last week was just absolutely crazy. When the world is on my neck, even with that green fuzzy stuff. I'm never gonna use that primer with that specific moisturizer again because it is disgusting. This is my makeup rag. It's covered in lipstick and no telling what else. Anyway, one day last week I woke up and just could not hear it. This is my bad ear and this is my good ear. Because I can't ever really hear very well out of that one in general. But I woke up last week and just like 50% of what I could normally hear. Like, how do I explain? Like, I could only hear out of it halfway. And I tried so many different like home remedy things, anything but going to the doctor because I am terrified of doctors, and not necessarily doctors but hospitals. And I used to work at one, and never again. Oh wait, hold on. Let's see. I recently got a real concealer brush, so I should have been using that to blend this out. So yeah, I could only hear out of it halfway, no matter what I tried. And then the next day I woke up, and if that was 50% that I could hear, like, then the next day would have been like I could only hear 20%. So that was scary. And then the next day after that day was like 10%. No joke. And it was super scary and super discombobulating, and I kept like walking into things simply because I couldn't, like, when you can only hear out of one ear, you get so off balance, and like my head felt fuzzy. It felt like I was underwater just because it's so hard not being able to hear properly. And oh my goodness, being in crowds, it's terrible. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like a mixture of being underwater and also, I don't know, I've never been in a plane, but like kind of like the ear popping sensation, maybe something like that. I don't, it's hard to explain. But hopefully you weren't expecting me to say like, oh, but I did this and I got it fixed, because it's not. But I've gotten used to it now that it's been like, I do this all the time. I can hear this snapping, but this it's like I can hear it out of this ear from all the way over here, but out of this ear hearing the snap, it's like just barely like 10%. It's crazy. Yeah. But it's easier now than it was when it first started, because I think I've just gotten used to it. she wasn't bummed. She was just, I mean, obviously just excited to be there. Like, we weren't expecting this to happen. And he would have gotten a tattoo with me, but I didn't have any tattoos in mind necessarily, and also it was so spontaneous. And I was not expecting it. I'm a person who likes to plan things out, and I hadn't planned anything for that, so I was like, oh. Something that I've been wanting to get pierced for a while, though, is my belly button. And he's like, you could get that done here, whatever you want. And I was like, okay, but only if my aunt also gets something pierced, because he didn't want to get anything done. He just wanted to be there and, oops, sorry, surprise us. So I was like, okay, as long as my aunt gets something, I will too. So she got her ear done right about where I have mine. I think it might be a little bit higher than what's mine's at. But I did my own. I've done 6 ear piercings myself. I had 2 up here also, but they closed up when I took them out. So she got that, and I made her go first, but I did get my belly done. And my stomach has always been the, like, biggest insecurity of mine. So to just have a sparkly pink piece of jewelry in it now is, like, has skyrocketed my confidence. It is so pretty and so cute, and it's healing so nicely. Like, I just got it done just a few days ago. But yeah, healing nicely. They gave me some saline solution to clean it with, and I've been taking the absolute best care of it that I can. I'm gonna use whatever's left on the brush and just go over my eyelids. Kind of like an easy, what's the word? Eyeshadow. But yeah, we were just walk-ins, right? This wasn't, scheduled, so they're like, are you guys gonna be okay with like a 45 minute wait time? And we're like, sure, yeah, like, whatever you need to do. We don't have any other, plans. And they were super nice there, and I was so nervous, and I'm just awkward in social settings in general. But the guys there were so nice, and I was also nervous because it was a guy who we, like, I guess kind of scheduled piercings with, and talked about what we wanted and, like, what colors, and picked up the jewelry and signed the papers with him and stuff. Like, he was super nice and super helpful on explaining everything, and then he said that this guy named Eddie would be the guy doing our piercings, and I was nervous because I don't know, just like having a guy touch my stomach just kind of made me not embarrassed, but just like awkward, I guess. Even having a girl touch it would be awkward, but I feel more comfortable with a girl because I don't want this one on my hand. But Eddie was incredible. He was so nice. So we waited, and I kid you not, probably over 10 people were like in and out who were scheduled before us to get something pierced with this Eddie guy. Like, it was so many, like, it must be like a super wonderful, popular place because everybody was going there that night. Looking for my blush. Here we are. So, it was super cool that there were a lot of people because the waiting, in a way, I liked waiting because I was so nervous to get it done that I liked being was out, and my uncle and aunt and sister were all cracking jokes with me, and it was all very, it was really fun, and we had such a good time. Even if I was like the butt of the jokes. Not really. I was mainly making jokes about myself, like, guys, if I throw up on you, I'm sorry. And they'll learn how. So, but it went super well. When it was our time to go back, it was only the piercer could be in the room, the person getting pierced, and then one other person. So me and my aunt just went with each other because we were both, getting pierced, and we're gonna be each other's emotional support. Well, my uncle and sister waited right outside. So he's like, "Alright, who wants to go first?" And I was like, "She does." I had intended for me to go first so that I didn't chicken out, or I don't know. But in the moment, I just wanted to delay it as much as possible. So I said, "She can go first." She was like, "Alright, if you're sure." So she went first, sat down, he was chit-chatting with us, like making super casual conversation, just really taking our minds off of it, especially mine, because like the second I walked in, I felt like 10 times less nervous. I think it was just the waiting that made me so like riddled with nerves. But yeah, he was super great. He was talking us through what he's gonna be doing and how long it would take to heal and how to clean it and whatnot, all that good stuff. And then he had her like sit down, and he marked it and stuff, and Ipsy bag for February, so those are gonna be like my main February products once I get them. I guess I'll use my finger. I think there's normally like a little brush that I use for this part, but I don't remember. Wait. Oops. I don't know. Oh yeah, my eyeshadow brush, that's it. I don't want to get that out. And this isn't to add bags to the under eye, it's to kind of like an eyeliner. But like, I don't know, I just like the way that it looks. So I'll tap that one in. And then just kind of buff this out. I love the look of a button nose. I love it so much. So this kind of achieves that. If you do it right, which I don't know if I am right now, but yeah, this won't be the February makeup video though, because it wouldn't be accurate because I don't have all my February products yet, and it's only, not even halfway through the month. There we go. Maybe I should add a little more highlight. No, I think it's good. So I think mascara and then some lips and we should be good. So, get my trusty curler. That was $1. I've had it forever. Once again, I'm just gonna wipe this off. Pretend like you didn't see that. I actually have 4 of these. I got them from the Dollar Tree, but like, this is gross, but like, look at that. It's covered in makeup. But instead of using like an expensive washcloth, or like especially a white one, just get you some like greenish blue Dollar Tree ones that came in a pack of 4 or $1.25, and I can use and abuse them as I please. So I've been not exactly being a tightwad. This brow gel feels weird. But normally I use this mascara. It's waterproof and it's just really good and I really like it. But since I haven't been exactly going anywhere, or like I guess when I'm not going anywhere, I tend to use this combo, which I'll show you in a second. This is my fancy one. Not that you guys don't deserve fancy, but I'm not leaving the house today because it's, there's so much snow. I'm gonna look at the mirror. When I was little, I was so afraid of eyelash curlers. But I'm not anymore. I guess that's a part of aging. Not being afraid of creepy looking women products. Whoa, look how pretty my eyes are. Like eye color. So I have hazel eyes, but some days they look the same color as my hair. What was that? That was weird. Sounded like a monkey jumped on the roof. Hazel eyes. Some days they look more brown, some days they look more green. When I cry, they turn almost yellow. I'm not even kidding. They kind of look yellowish right now, but like right now I say they're the color of my hair, and also like kind of green, kind of like, I don't know. I love my eyes. When I was a baby, I didn't really have hair till I was 2, but I had like this tiny red, like bright red, like little peach fuzz. And then as I got older, I had these like dark red little beautiful ringlets. And when I was born and when I was little, I had bright blue eyes, like my dad, red hair and blue And I love going into different stores at this time of year, like when they're selling Valentine's Day stuff, because everything is pink and white and red and just beautiful. And it looks so girly and so pretty. And I love it. I feel like I look like that lizard off of Ringo. Okay, I'll do some more at the top and then some more at the bottom. But this one is so like faint. And if you think I'm spending more time on this lash than this one, you're probably right, because it's a lot easier to reach. It's like a big gap here. Oh, I just made it worse. Oh Lord. Oh no. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Look, trust the process, okay? Alright, we'll do a little bit of this and then we'll get into the lips. I am just getting this all over. Oh goodness. I hear a bird outside. Right, so my cat was in a good mood all morning, and then I kid you not, the second I sat down to film, she started growling and playing with, like, biting herself and just being hateful. I was like, fine, you don't have to be in here for this. And she doesn't like to be away from me, so she's probably very mad at me. She's probably sitting outside my door being angry at me. This isn't normally the brush that I use, but I'll use it. And this is my new favorite thing ever. It's Pear Nova Gravity. I think that's the shade, I don't know. But it's a lip liner and it's so good. Let me put on some chapstick first. Some Burt's Bees. Alright, and I'm not a good lip liner, so it's like a really dark red color and I love it. Also, I have mascara like smudged all over everywhere. Oh wait, I forgot what I was gonna. So then I take it and I use it right under here. Trust the process, okay? It looks like an eyeshadow in a way. It's not normally the brush that I use for this. Just drag a little bit up here. I feel like I definitely did too much white in the waterline. Oh. And I don't feel like wearing lipstick always have so